Focus on yourself and stay silent. You want results. Stop explaining yourself. Stop broadcasting every move. You don't need to post it, prove it, or get permission. Lock in. Your energy is precious. Protect it. Focus on your goals like your life depends on it, because it does. Let silence be your power. You grow more in the quiet. People will doubt you, ignore you, criticize you. Good, use it. Stay quiet, work hard, and let your success speak so loud they can't hear anything else. In a world that constantly demands attention, reaction, and validation, silence has become one of the most underestimated powers. We live in a time where oversharing is the norm, where people feel compelled to announce every intention, every idea, and every move before it even materializes into something real. But here's the truth. When you talk too much about what you're going to do, you dilute the energy you need to actually do it. Every time you explain your plans to someone who doesn't understand your vision, you chip away at your momentum. Protecting your energy isn't about isolating yourself. It's about becoming intentional with your focus. When you choose silence, you choose strength. You don't need to tell people what you're building while it's under construction. You don't need to justify your grind, your dreams, or your boundaries. Most people won't get it, and that's okay. What matters is that you get it. You have to understand that your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely. Spend it on your goals, your growth, your healing, your habits. Don't waste it trying to convince people of who you are becoming. Let them see it when it's already undeniable. The discipline of silence sharpens your mind. It gives you space to think clearly, act deliberately, and move with purpose. When you talk too much, especially about things you haven't yet accomplished, you start to feed off the validation instead of the actual results. That's a dangerous trap. It tricks your brain into feeling like progress is being made when, really, it's just noise. And noise is the enemy of growth. The more you speak, the more you invite distractions, opinions, and energy that doesn't align with your path. There's something powerful about not being readable. When you don't constantly explain yourself, people can't box you in. They can't limit you with their expectations. You stay free to pivot, free to evolve, free to grow beyond their understanding. That's how you protect your energy. You stay in your lane, eyes forward, undistracted by outside chatter. Your silence builds resilience. Your focus becomes sharper. Your drive gets deeper. And every ounce of energy that would have been wasted on unnecessary conversations is now fueling your execution. This isn't about being cold, it's about being committed. If you want to elevate your life, you need to manage your energy like it's sacred. Because it is. Every goal you set, every habit you build, every limit you break, all of it requires energy. Not just physical energy, but emotional and mental energy. And if you're leaking it through constant explanations, arguments, or trying to be understood by everyone, you're setting yourself up to burn out before you even get started. Silence helps you conserve that energy for what truly matters. Most people are addicted to being seen. They want applause before they've earned it. But applause is cheap if it's based on promises instead of proof. Focused people don't need to be seen every second. They are too busy building. They are too busy becoming. And when they finally show up, their presence is so powerful it speaks for itself. That's the kind of energy you want to move with. Quiet, focused, grounded. You're not here to impress, you're here to progress. Protecting your energy also means being selective with what you consume. Silence is not just about your voice, it's about what you allow in. The conversations you entertain, the drama you engage in, the noise you tolerate, all of it affects your energy. And once your energy is scattered, your results will be too. So cut the clutter, shut down the distractions. Make space for clarity. When your mind is clear, your direction becomes obvious. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't need everyone to cheer for you. You need discipline. You need tunnel vision. You need to stop leaking energy and start fueling your mission. When you protect your energy with silence, you start to notice things you used to miss. You become more aware of how people drain you, how environments shift your mood, how habits impact your focus. And with that awareness, you get your power back. You stop reacting. You start responding. You start choosing who and what gets your time. In that right there is everything, because your time is your life and your energy is how you spend it. If you're always talking, always explaining, always reacting, you're letting others dictate how your energy flows. But when you choose silence, you reclaim control. You become deliberate. You become effective. Most importantly, you become dangerous in the best way. Because people won't see you coming. While others are performing, you're preparing. While others are talking, you're transforming. While others are begging for attention, you're creating something worth being noticed. And when the time is right, when your work speaks for itself, you won't have to say a word. Your silence will have already said everything they needed to know. Talk is cheap. Anyone can say what they are going to do. Anyone can post a quote, make a promise, or talk about their dreams. But none of that means anything without action. What separates the people who grow from the ones who stay stuck is execution. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you don't move on them, they stay ideas. They don't transform into results. And the reason most people don't move is because they get too caught up in talking. They get addicted to the attention that comes from speaking about what they will do instead of actually doing it. When you talk too much about your plans, your brain gets a hit of satisfaction that mimics progress. You feel productive just by saying things out loud. You feel like you're moving, but you're really standing still. And over time, that gap between what you say and what you do becomes obvious to you and to everyone else. You start to lose credibility, not because you're not capable, but because you keep choosing performance over progress. There is a kind of discipline that comes with staying quiet and just doing the work. That's where real confidence is built. Confidence doesn't come from convincing others you're serious. It comes from proving it to yourself through repetition, effort, and commitment. The people who make moves in life don't have time to talk about every step they take. They are too focused. They're in motion. Their energy is being poured into building, learning, pushing, failing, adjusting, growing. They understand that results are the only language that truly matters. You want people to respect you. Show up consistently. You want people to take you seriously. Deliver even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. You want to feel proud of yourself. Follow through on what you told yourself you'd do. That's it. There's no secret formula. There's just action, daily, focused, relentless action. Words don't change your life. Habits do. Effort does. Discipline does, so stop explaining yourself. Stop seeking approval before you begin. You don't need anyone to validate your goals. You need to wake up and move. Most of the people who say they support you are just watching to see if you'll actually do it. And that's fine. Let them watch, let them doubt, let them misunderstand you. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you're grinding, why you're disappearing for a while, why you're skipping the parties or declining the drama. Let your life speak, let your results speak, let your transformation speak. Action builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds consistency. And consistency builds the life you say you want. But it starts with doing, not thinking about doing, not talking about doing, not planning endlessly, just doing, taking one step, then another, then another. You won't always feel ready, that's normal. Start anyway, you won't always feel motivated, doesn't matter, move anyway, because motivation is unreliable. Action generates energy. Action creates progress. Action gets you out of your head and into your life. You don't become the best version of yourself by announcing it. You become that person by working in silence over and over until the results are too real to ignore. You don't need to tell people what you're becoming. Just become it. Just show up. Just put in the reps. Let your work do the talking. Let your transformation speak volumes. There is a quiet strength in showing up for yourself, even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. That's where the real growth happens. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, when it's just you and your discipline. Every time you act instead of talk, you close the gap between who you are and who you want to be. You build self-trust. You prove to yourself that you're someone who follows through. That kind of trust is rare, and it's powerful. Because once you trust yourself, nothing can shake you. People can doubt you, criticize you, ignore you, but it won't matter. You'll be too busy showing up. You'll be too committed to your path to be distracted by noise. That's the edge. That's the mindset that creates real change. Most people don't need more advice. They need more action. You already know what you need to do. You're just waiting for the perfect time. But there's no perfect time. There's just now. There's just this moment and what you choose to do with it. You can use it to talk, or you can use it to move. And if you start moving, you'll be surprised how quickly your life starts shifting. Not because you talked about change, but because you became the change. So don't waste time proving yourself through words. Prove it through how you show up every single day. Prove it through how you handle setbacks. Prove it through how you keep going when no one's clapping, when it's boring, when it's hard. That's where the edge is, not in shouting, but in showing. Not in proving, but in performing. Not in making noise, but in making moves. Let the people who need attention keep talking. You stay locked in. Let your silence be your strategy. Let your action be your message. When you protect your energy and stay silent, you stop wasting power on proving, explaining, or pleasing. You reclaim your focus. You channel your drive into action, not noise. In silence, you grow stronger, sharper, and more unshakable. Let your work speak. Let your results echo. Move quietly, and let success make the loudest sound.